We don't gatekeep here at Hive, so welcome to Fun Fact Friday. Today we're pulling back the curtain on some real issues that could make their way into legislation soon, and they will impact our current owners and future investment partners. Let's talk about what's brewing behind the scenes in Nevada real estate and why it matters now more than ever.
Hi, my name is Demetria Kalfas-Gordon, and I'm the broker-owner of Hive Real Estate Group in Las Vegas, Nevada. We work with landlords, tenants, and investors all across the valley. And rent control is one of the most misunderstood topics in real estate. It's beneficial, or people think it's beneficial for tenants, but it's not.
Is rent control coming to Nevada? There's a lot of buzz, but not a lot of clarity. Let's break it down and talk about what's really going on.
Here's the truth. Nevada does not have statewide rent control. Property owners can raise rent. They have to abide by what's already in their leases with the tenants, and they have to follow proper notice requirements. There is no legal limit to how much a property owner can raise rent. However, they generally follow the market rate. Otherwise, there's no legal cap. Coming down the pipeline right now are different legislative actions that will make property managers have to disclose certain fees. One thing we do at Hive Real Estate that we've done for a very long time, we disclose all fees up front because we want to be able to do business with people that feel that there's a transparency.
Let's talk about the downside. What are the real problems with rent control?
Well, for starters, it discourages investment because people don't want to spend a lot of money purchasing a property when they can't make the profit that they expect, and they put a lot of money into it, and then they don't know if they're going to get their funds out of it or if they're going to, it's going to be a losing investment if costs keep going up.
That's a good point. And how does it affect new development?
Builders and investors don't want to risk millions of dollars putting a project together if they know that the government might come in and cap it. Matter of fact, we have a lot of investors out of California that have already said if we have rent caps, they're pulling out on all their properties. They're going to go ahead and sell them and move on because they're dealing with it there and it's so horrible. They don't want to take it on anywhere else.
Those are really good points on the perspective of our owners and investment partners, but what about our tenants? How do they get affected?
Well, initially, a tenant thinks that it's a good thing when the rents are capped because they can budget, they can plan accordingly, but what they don't realize is the long-term effects because the properties aren't going to be maintained because the owners can't afford the costs to do those maintenances, and they end up with degrading properties and very frustrating when something happens and it doesn't get fixed, and it continually deferred maintenance is the worst thing that can happen to a property because it continues to just degrade the property. That's why they have to maintain them at all times. But when the funds aren't there, owners can't maintain them.
Thank you for talking with us. Those are good points to think about.
With rents and housing prices rising fast, people are pushing for a change, especially in the Las Vegas and Reno metropolitan areas. But as of now, there are currently no rent control laws that have passed in Nevada, and local governments cannot create their own rent caps without state level approvals.
All right, landlords, what can you do? You can stay compliant, you can price fairly, and you can communicate clearly. Tenants, know your rights. Also, know what's in your lease. Don't do what I used to do. Read the lease before you sign it. And don't be afraid to ask questions. During the vetting process, during the lease signing process, after you're a tenant, ask questions. Transparency on both sides prevents a lot of drama.
Rent control isn't here just yet, but the issue is heavy on the rise, and we need to be prepared to fight against it. Here at Hive Real Estate Group, we keep you informed with facts and not fear. Follow Hive RE Group LV on all platforms for real talk on Nevada housing, property laws, and what's next for real estate and property management here in Nevada.